Boeing ignored critical safety warnings and rushed the 737 MAX into the market. Netflix, on the other hand, used data to predict that House of Cards would be a global hit, and it was. What made the difference? Decision making. In business, the choices leaders make can cost billions or create billion-dollar successes. And in this video, we will break down how organizations make decisions, the models they use, the biases they get in the way, and what you can learn as an MBA student or manager. Let's get started. Welcome back to BizCase Studio, where we simplify MBA concepts through real case studies and practical examples. In this video, we'll explore decision making in organizations, one of the most critical aspects of management that shapes whether companies succeed, struggle, or even fail. Before we begin, a quick note: if you'd like the detailed, well explained, student friendly notes for this particular video or for any of the last organizational videos, you can just, and it's all for $1. Just for $1, you'll get a very detailed, well MBA followed instruction notes, and the link is in the description. So don't forget to check it out and get it if you want more detailed explanation for each concept. What is decision making? It's the process of identifying and choosing among alternatives to achieve goals. This happens at all levels: individual, team, and organizational. Well, when you wake up in the morning, your decision making starts. What will you have for your breakfast is your first decision. What will you wear your clothes for your office or for your college is your second decision, and so on. In an organizational and a corporate level, let's see an example. Netflix constantly faces the decision of whether to renew a TV series or cancel it. That's an example. Good decisions can transform companies. Poor decisions can sink them. Remember, good decisions can transform companies. Poor decisions can sink them. Decision making determines strategy, financial outcomes, employee motivation, and even a company's survival. Take Boeing, for example. Their poor decision making during the 737 MAX development led to billions in losses and a damaged reputation. Researchers have identified different models of decision making. The rational model assumes manager have complete information and make logical choices. But in reality, this is very rare. That's why Herbert Simon proposed bounded rationality. The idea that decisions are limited by time, information, and human capacity. Managers often settle for choices that are good enough. Then there's intuition, decision based on gut feeling. This works well in uncertain or fast moving situation, but it carries risk. Finally, many organizations today use evidence based decision making, which relies on data and analytics. And moreover, we can see it's more of a safer side of the decision making model. Companies like Netflix and Google use this model extensively. Of course, decision making isn't perfect. Human biases creeps in, Managers often fall into the overconfidence bias, assuming they can't be wrong. They may get stuck on the first piece of information, that's the anchoring bias, or they might only look for evidence that supports their existing beliefs, known as confirmation bias. In groups, group think can push people to conform instead of speaking up. And then there's the escalation of commitment, also called the sunk cost trap. When organizations keep investing in a failing project because they've already spent so much. All these are the common biases we can always see during decision making in corporate level and sometimes maybe in our personal life too. Let's see this plays out in real life. We have already seen Boeing 737 Max. It's a classic example of escalation of commitment. They ignored safety warnings and pushed forward, leading to a massive crisis because they already heavily invested in it. Second, we can see Netflix, on the other hand, blends data with intuition. They famously used viewing data to greenlight House of Cards, one of their first big hits. The third is Kodak. It actually invented digital photography, but chose to ignore it and stick with film. That poor decision led to their decline. So, what can MBA students and managers or leaders learn from this? First, there's no single perfect model. The best decisions often mix data with intuition. It's always a mixture. Second, being aware of biases helps you make better choices. Third, organizations should encourage dissent and diversity in teams to avoid groupthink. And finally, great leaders know when to stop. Don't keep throwing money at a failing project. Now, here's something for you to think on. Think of a time when your company made a really poor decision. What bias or mistake do you think caused it? Come on, I want all of you to start writing your comments down. It's the only platform which will help the global people to put their experiences and which we can learn from them. And we can have an open discussion on each and every comment and each and every answer you'll give to this question. It's something for you to think on and to share so that everyone can learn. Just remember, knowledge is always giving, knowledge is always sharing. To wrap up, just remember this: better decision creates stronger organizations. I hope you liked this particular organizational behaviors video. And I want all of you to please like this video, subscribe this video, and share it to as much as possible to the people around you, to the young students, to the managers, to the upcoming entrepreneurs. Everyone should just share it. And in our next video, we're going to explore organizational culture and change and see how culture shapes the way decisions actually get implemented. Once again, don't forget to check out the $1 notes. It's something very useful. It's very detailed, well explained in professional, student friendly manner. You'll get a lot to learn, and more deep learnings can be done. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. And there are more playlists coming soon in this channel. So please subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you. Have a good day.